Hey, what's up, ecosystem? Welcome back again to ATI Auto Business. It's Thursday. It's time for some dispatching live. We're going to look at the load boards. It's December, so look at your own risk. Also, I think we're going to check in with how is the new central dispatch treating you, and what are you thinking about? How are things looking for next year? Right, we're finishing. Yeah, it's the finish line of Christmas, and then as soon as the realization sets in that next year is about to begin, start looking ahead, and we're all reading the news and the headlines and everything, anyways. So, I guess feel free to share whatever you want in the live chat. If you've got an LGB, there's a few. Actually, there's a few LGBs you could share now. But I do mean it. Share what you want. Put it in the live chat. Please do leave a like. Thank you so much. I mean, it's part trucking, it's part auto transport, it's part just world news. I mean, we're gonna, it's thermonuclear Thursdays, and well, by golly, hopefully we never really get to actual thermonuclear Thursdays, which is also in the news. What's up, Douglas? Hey, it's Jay, and I'm Dougie, LOL. Welcome to the nightmare of December, LOL. Yes, it's December. It's that time. Let's get Sue up in here. Oh,
Can you
hey,
hear me?
you can take the screen when you're ready.
Okay.
Can you hear me? Can you see me? What's going on,
Yep.
Sue?
Oh, it's the usual nightmare. The nightmare before Christmas. Oh my God. All right.
What do
That's
you mean? Okay, so for anybody that doesn't know what you mean, what do you mean?
well,
Right? Let's
it's
say you're new and you're researching. What are you talking about?
okay. Well, this is the slow season, and then this is the really, really slow season right before Christmas when there are no loads or loads that are crappy or loads that people don't answer for. I mean, how can I list all the ways right now?
Okay,
So,
actually, let's go ahead and list some ways. What is the number one way that winter load boards blow?
hmm, the number one way is not enough vehicles and not priced correctly.
Okay, so
Uh,
not
so
enough loads?
and not priced correctly would be the
Okay,
second.
yeah, good. Not priced correctly. Great. Okay,
And then you
ways
have
that winter loads blow.
low.
All right, ways that winter loads blow. I love it. Which, by the way, we just came up with that right here. That's what this show's all about. We want you. Get creative and share with us what's going on with you. All right, ways that winter loads blow. Number 3.
Well, this is one that's like that all the time is whether they answer the phone or not for a load that you're requesting.
Maybe answer the phone
Yep.
when you
And I'm
call.
having a meeting with Central Dispatch today again, by
Get
the
out
way.
of here. That's awesome.
It's about their rating system, though.
Oh, good.
It's I'm assuming it's one that we did a while back where they're going to let us actually give more than just a simple check mark answer
Oh, yeah.
or or rating. I think we're going to be able to do more than that. So they're having me do the thing where they're going to test me and see what I think of this, that, and the other thing, basically about it. So that's at
Nice.
3 o'clock.
Oh,
So
that's great. Hey, that's
yeah,
great. I put in the live chat, if you've got ratings, what's your
yep,
feedback about Central Dispatch rating system? Put it in the
yeah,
live chat because Sue is, I guess she's going to have a meeting with Central Dispatch. That's great.
yeah. And that way I
Yeah, that's
can throw
great.
whatever ideas you guys have at them about ratings. Don't talk about the other stuff because they're going to tell me they ain't going to listen to it. But
Right.
but tell me about
Don't talk
ratings
about the
and
traffic tickets and the fax machine or the mail slot people. Don't do that.
yes, or
Um,
how horrible the way this looks
oh,
or
yeah.
anything like
Okay,
that. So
you can't talk about the new look, right?
yep.
No.
So
Hey, by the way, Iroho says hello.
hey,
Candy's here from
hey, Candy.
Jacksport. Ty is in Jacksport right now with
Oh
Candy,
yeah.
and Ron is there. Maybe I think so.
Oh
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Uh, exclusive logistics of Myrtle Beach. Not a
Hey,
broker was
Vance.
stirring, not even a Montway mouse. What's up, Vance? Devin, Victory Love Transport. Hey, everyone just had the had the most worst experience with a dispatcher. Doesn't pick up the phone. I can't understand her on the phone. Cancel the load. Rebook a better load. Yeah, actually,
I agree.
okay. So this is a relevant topic. So thank you. Have you? Here's my experience, and put your experience in. What's your bad dispatcher experience? Put it in the live chat. Um,
Well, and this is what I've noticed. I mean, I don't want to say it like this, but I'm
okay.
calling major brokers for loads and they can't speak English. The people they have working for them can barely just even put it out. And then they can't understand what you're saying. So why would you hire people like that? I'm sorry, but it makes it impossible to talk to them. And then you got to repeat it and spell it out like over and over again. By the time you're done, they've probably given the load away to somebody else. You know what I mean?
I okay. Well, my worst dispatcher experience, and that's a good one. There's a lot of different ways. Oh, the ways
Yeah.
the winter loads blow.
Yeah.
Uh, Mine was I was talking to a dispatcher, and I swear it sounded like their phone was laying at the end of a 20-foot metal tunnel, and they were shouting at their phone. I mean, I said I'm covering my ears. I'm like on my headset, and I'm like, okay, can you speak slower and just enunciate each word a little extra? And I'm
Right.
trying to talk to them like this, and I did. I was like, you know what, I can't. I'm sorry. I gotta go.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're talking. I can't understand the thing you're saying.
Yeah. It was like they were underwater in
Yeah,
another
like they're
country.
underwater. Yeah. This is
Yep.
your underwater dispatcher.
You know what it
Yeah, no, it's
was?
crazy.
They
Well,
were
I
talking on a VoOP or what do they call them?
exactly the
That's
V
what they were doing.
V
Yeah.
voice.
VoIP or whatever it's
Yeah, voice
called.
over IP via
Yeah.
VoIP.
Yep.
Yeah, no, it was one of those like probably like $5 a month push to
Yep.
talk
Yep.
VoIP, and I
Yep.
felt bad because I mean I'm sure that this person probably really needed this business transaction to pay for better internet and more. I mean,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
I felt
Right.
bad, but
Right.
man, I don't know what we're talking. And if there's any problems, we're screwed. I mean, there's
Yeah.
no way we can.
There's no getting help if something goes
There's
wrong.
nothing. Yeah, there ain't no net.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry. We're running a
Yeah.
business here. I don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Yep.
Devin says, "Oh, I'm doing pretty good far as shoes that don't talk English and want the car
Yeah.
delivered the same day." And I know, based on where you're at, you might be driving or whatever,
Yeah.
on a ski
Yeah.
lift
And that was
somewhere.
a
So I get it.
that was an email too that okay, so I sent you about a broker that we were talking about that I said I want to talk about today.
Oh
Who's not even a
yeah,
big broker.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
So can I say their name?
I mean, if you have to.
I really feel like I need to. Because it's really bad. So
Okay, I'm gonna look away. Okay, go
okay.
ahead.
So it's the name of the company is what was it, Jen? One Stop Towing and Transport, I believe. And so it wasn't just them. One of my other dispatchers worked with them last week as well. And she was telling me about it. And it was estimated on pickup, estimated on delivery. And she said they wanted her to take their super dispatch BOL and put their name on the top of it. I said, okay, well, that's weird. That usually if they want you to haul under their name, then they'll just give you a BOL, right? So she figured out how to do it. Anyways, so she texted him and said, we can't pick up on this day. We're going to pick up on this day. And it was estimated. And the guy said, that's fine. So then he starts harassing her, saying he's going to give her negative and a 70% reduction because she didn't pick up on the day that she said, even though he agreed to it in the text. Okay. And this is what he's doing to her, like every 5 minutes, sending these stupid texts about this 70% reduction. There's nothing in the contract, by the way, that says he can take 70%. And who's going to take the car? I would have canceled it right then if that was going to happen. All right, so she deals with that. She delivers the car. He gives her a negative. Why, I'm not sure. She calls him up and said, I delivered as per our agreement. Oh, okay, well, I'll take it off. I want you to give me a positive. I said, please tell me you told him F you. Because I would have never give somebody
Wow.
a positive after they gave me a negative and we delivered when we were supposed to, and I've been harassed the whole time, right?
That is a true story.
That is a true story. Now it
Wow,
gets
that
better.
is
Here's my
awful.
story.
Oh
That
God,
was
there's
my
more.
dispatcher's one. So we haul a car for the same company. So the first thing they're doing is like, I need pictures of when you pick it up. Okay. And I need an update of where you are at every 2 or 3 hours during the day. Really, dude? Why? So as we're getting the load, then he goes, I want pictures of your truck and trailer, which we've done. I want there's all kinds of crazy stuff. And it's like stuff that even Metro and people like that, big brokers, do not ask for this crazy crap. And then he said, I need a picture of this is my favorite part. I need a picture of your truck and trailer with your VIN on the outside of your truck. I said, we're not required to do that. All we have to have is our MC and our DOT number on there. And he just kept going on and on about how he had to have a picture to verify that. And he wanted my insurance because he needed to make sure that that was the truck and trailer that we were picking up the car with. I said, it's the only truck and trailer listed on my insurance. Well, I need you to confirm the VIN numbers of what's on your insurance cert and with your truck pictures to verify it's the real truck and trailer that you're picking up the truck with the vehicle with. Can you believe that one? Right?
What
so
is
like,
this?
yeah. So
Are
first
they
off,
a
I have
carrier or a
100%.
broker?
They're a broker. I went and looked them up because I was like, this is some crazy crap, right?
Wow.
And all of our stuff is on Central. And on top of it, we have 100% ratings and we've been in business for like close to 7, 8 years. So it's not like we're just some fly by night company, right? And we don't have any ratings. So we do that. And I'm just like, he goes, what time are you picking up this van? And I said, well, your customer will not allow us to pick it up until noon. And he goes, what time are you picking up this van? I said, your customer will not allow us to pick it up until noon. He's like, so he finally says, okay. So I start getting texts at 6 o'clock in the morning the next morning saying, when are you picking up the van? By this time, I'm ready to shoot this guy, right?
Wow.
And I said, I told you yesterday, your customer will not allow us to pick it up till noon. So he finally says, okay. So my driver's there at noon. We find out they've lied to us and that the emergency brake, they've somehow screwed up, broke, something's going on with it. So the driver sits there for 2 hours while they're fixing this. And the guy goes, why haven't you picked it up?
No.
I said, because
Oh my God.
I said, your customer's emergency brake is broken and we can't pick it up yet. We're sitting here waiting. And he says,
Jesus Christ.
well, who told you that?
Oh no.
I said, your customer.
Oh my God.
My driver is there. Your customer's broken it. Well, do you have proof of that?
Oh no.
I'm like, for real, really,
Oh,
dude? I said, why don't you call your own customer and he will tell you what's going on since you don't believe me.
Wow.
So then we finally get it picked up. We send the jerk all the pictures like he wanted.
God.
And once again, it's 6 o'clock in the morning. I get a text again going, I need to know where your driver's at. I said, well,
I mean, how could anybody get anything done?
No. I mean, if they were talking to the driver
Jeez.
would have shot somebody by now.
Oh my God. Amen. You, as a dispatcher, literally saved his life.
I know. And then he kept going, well, I need to know exactly what city he's in. Because he asked me after we picked up the van, too. He's like, well, where's your driver now? I'm like, in Pennsylvania, right near where he was at. Well, I need the city. I said, seriously?
Yeah, I honestly, at some point, I've been like, get a life.
I know.
Like,
And I'm just like,
dude, really?
This is the same company that did this to her. I was never threatened with negatives, but it was like
you after you get the money, you got to find a way. We got to find a way to like make a lot of stupid phone calls with interrogating questions.
If we can if they're going to change those ratings,
Well,
that would be something I would put in there.
You could be like, hey, do you have any loads in Dallas today?
Yeah, I should send them text.
And then call back, hey, and that's how you.
Oh my God, that's funny.
You got any loads in Philly?
I should. Like every hour go, do you have a load here? Do you have a load there? I've got a driver here. Do you have a load here?
In fact, please, in the live chat, will you please add questions, add stupid, mean questions for Sue to ask.
this guy just so I can arrest the
Oh
shit
my
out of him.
God. Hey. Oh, that's wild, man.
Yeah, that's some crazy shit. I mean,
That really is crazy. But it's
like if I
so.
was a new
I
dispatcher, I
know
would
it's
have quit.
real. I know it's real. And this is why, see, it goes both ways. I can't
Yeah,
figure out who gets it worse, the dispatcher or the dispatchee.
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean that's obnoxious. I mean, I don't
No,
even.
that's there's
And
no need for that.
no, and you're
And
not even a big broker, dude. I
if
mean,
they
it's
had
he's not a big broker.
and if they
So
had 50 loads, that would be impossible to
to keep
maintain.
track of. Oh my
So,
God,
what
yeah.
does he have, like 2 loads?
Yeah, I don't know. I never
And
looked.
who's this customer that broke the emergency brake?
Yeah.
How bad are they? Was it a
Yeah.
dealer?
It
What
was
was
some
it?
kind of dealership we were picking up. They
Oh
bought
man,
a, like an RV van, like a nice one. It was like
man,
newer, like
really?
2021, something like that. Yeah.
Oh my
I did
God.
sit there and go, well, who told you that? Like I was lying about it. And that's why
Doug,
we're sitting there for
see,
2 hours. You're lucky I'm not charging you for sitting there, you asshole.
Doug,
You know, so
hey, we're charging you.
yeah, I should have said you owe me another $200
Hey,
for my
you know how
wait
much
time.
parking costs?
Yep, there we go. That's what I should
Oh
have done.
God. Let's see here. Okay, so yeah, Vance is saying it's sad we have to use the rate the. It's sad we have to use the rating system to track down payments,
Yeah, I
and
know.
that is weird, right?
Yeah,
The rating system shouldn't be so tied to money.
no. But sometimes that's the only time you're going to get paid.
It
That's
is,
sad.
and that's how bad it's gotten.
Yeah. Especially if they're not, especially if they're a
What's up, Elena?
transporter or a importer, exporter, a dealership, because those are the people you can't go after unless you do like basically a lawsuit against them.
Well, and
If
it's
they're a broker, you go, after their broker bond. But
like Devin says, ratings are for dispatchers when they don't pay on time. But yeah, ratings are literally, yeah, it's a step in getting paid.
yeah,
You make a phone call, you send an email, you send a negative rating.
yeah. And then you have to dispute it against Central, and then if it stays, it stays. If
So this will
yeah,
be good. This is good feedback for Central for your
yeah,
meeting today.
yeah,
Is
yeah.
would there? I don't know the stinking answer. Hey, Daryl Hall is here. Hall Auto Transport. We said hello to Elena. It's great to have Elena here too. Douglas says you
Hey,
get what you
Lena.
pay for. Carlos, ACB Logistics in the house.
Hey, Carlos.
Douglas thought he was crazy. Um, that is brutal, man. Yes, it is Thermonuclear Thursdays. Every Thursday, bring it. This is where you can leave it. You can drop it off. Think of this as your fire station where you can drop off your stuff, no matter how bad it is. And hopefully, do you see Putin has nukes like lined up or something? You seen this?
No,
All right, let's keep moving. Anyways, it gives new meaning to Thermonuclear Thursdays. Dispatching live in your dispatch office. Pump it in, pump it and dump it. Show me your truck. Send in your truck. You can email me stuff right now if you want. Let's see, where's that email? autotransportintel@gmail.com. It's a goodie but an oldie. Or whatever. What's your route scout? Should we even look?
yeah. I mean, we can look. Just don't go to Florida. How about that?
Okay. So send in your route scout. Maybe we do some I-95, a little bit of the 405 and the 5 on the West Coast, and in between. Hey, are there still roads blocked off? You heard this?
Blocked off where?
I-80.
In
I heard
Louisiana?
I-80 has
Oh,
closures. I don't know.
was that from weather?
I
Did you
guess.
hear about the tornadoes down in Louisiana yesterday?
Well, so I heard there was tornadoes, but I
Yeah.
didn't know where. Where are they?
It was like New Iberia, Baton Rouge area because I had a driver there. Actually, Danny, I don't know if he's on there today, but Danny with DSK was right in the middle of it.
Wow,
Um,
that's
and I'm
crazy,
sending him
man.
back, but it's passed now.
Oh man. Okay, well keep us posted. Closures and tornadoes.
Yeah.
Hey, did you get the memo? Well, we do have. I think we have a memo. I know it's hard to read. Dang it. Okay. Dear carriers, we want to thank you. All right, let's get to the. We know many of you have been experiencing some challenges with our systems, and we receive feedback that our carriers are experiencing difficulty issues.
Mm-hmm.
And they said, but with all with a. This is my favorite part. All with a common foundation, communication. It's just communication. It's not anything else. It's just communication. Which is interesting because then we go on to list some alleged communication concerns. I mean, does a gate pass fall under communication?
Well, if they didn't give it to you, yeah.
Okay. Does an in-op rate request?
Yeah.
Does that fall under communication?
Yep.
All right. Well, anyways, I'm just playing along. So you can go here.
Yep.
And you fill out a form.
Yep.
Okay.
I guess I would assume it's because, we call and sometimes you get through, sometimes they tell you they'll call you back. You never hear back from them.
Isn't this just a way of making it take even longer?
I don't know. I haven't had to use it yet. It may work if they've got just like a team just for that. But if we're just sending it to dispatch, it's going to get, I would think, mixed in the shuffle of everything else like normal, right?
I hate to sound so pessimistic. I should probably say, this is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I can't believe how great this form is.
Yeah.
So cool. I tried. You can go to carrierconnect.readylogistics.com. What happens when you go here?
I don't know.
Let's type it in. Carrier. Does anybody go here? I think it's I think they were saying if you want to watch videos or something. I'm sure I said that completely wrong too. Jay, this is an amazing website. No, see what I did there?
It's the Paladin.
I turned a frown upside down. I think you can watch videos in their carrier management portal. Let me know if you've watched those videos. I really do want to know. I'm looking for your feedback. What else we got here? Let's see. Elena, do Raleigh, North Carolina. Ooh, for Monday. Okay. Where to where? Picking up in Raleigh on Monday?
I'll just send it to you, Jen.
Well, shoot. Elena, it's Thursday. You know they're just going to yell at you. God. Hey. Let's see. Vance, brought to you by the same company that brought you the new Central Dispatch. Mona says, so what are the pointers on keeping Central Dispatch organized, for example, if we have multiple drivers? Now, that's a good question. How do you keep multiple drivers organized? I know my answer. Sue?
Well, I keep multiple pages up, obviously, and I have been saving the pages for each of the guys, too, just to kind of keep it a little bit more organized. But I will tell you, it doesn't, change the top. Way back in the day... You used to be able to change the top when you were doing your search engine, and you could see exactly which page it was. You can't do that anymore. Elena has a way that she keeps them organized by, she uses Firefox. She uses, what's some other, she uses different ones for each driver, browsers.
Yeah.
I can't do it. So I usually I have 3 screens. I mainly use 2. My third one is for looking up crap and that kind of thing. And so, like I said, I will save them now. Like you'll see up here, my saved searches. So if somebody's in that area and for some reason something dies, the page leaves or something like that, at least I have them saved. But I also, what I do when I separate each driver is I will put a page of Google Maps in between each load page like this. And that way, this is this guy.
Oh, here, wait. Let me give you the screen.
Oh, whoops. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead and take the screen over for me.
So, for example, this is one guy's page here. It's not, but then I put a Google Maps page in between, then another driver's page, then I'll put another Google page in between. Or if I've got 3 pages for one driver, then I'll keep those 3 bundled in one section, and then a Google Map page in between. Now, you don't always have to use Google Maps anymore because we do have this view route thing on there that actually works pretty good. But I don't use it to actually run my route. I just look to see where that vehicle is sitting at so I know where the area is if I don't know where it's at. But like I said, then I also save the pages if they're a specific driver. I'll just say Tennessee to so and so, and this is DSK. Um, so I'm not really sure if there's another way to do it. If somebody else has another way to do it, please let us know. I know Vance has another thing that he was using to be able to put all the pages up in one section without having it all at the top like that. But this is just the way I've been doing it for years, and it kind of works for me. And if I've got one guy that's an urgent guy, I put him on the very end so I can constantly go check and see where if a load has popped up. And that's my like urgent side is my right side. So other than that, anybody else has got, yeah, let's see. And you separate them through saved searches. Yes, you can do them through saved searches. Absolutely. You can name them by the person. The only problem with doing the saved searches, the only way you know it's them is when you go in and you see the load. It doesn't save it at the top that says, okay, this is your guy right here. That's the only sucky part about it. It used to do that way back, probably what, 20 years ago? Doesn't do it anymore. And I'm sure there's some brilliant people on here that probably know how to make this work the right way. And if you do, please send me all the suggestions you got because we'll also tell everybody else on the show to help them as well. Because it does get a little hanky when you've got like 20 pages up and you're looking for multiple drivers. So,
Yeah, that was all really well said. That was awesome. That was a great tutorial on how to manage multiple drivers as a dispatcher because I mean it is that's a big part of it is
it
being
is.
able to look for each driver as fast as possible. So I
Yep.
put in the live chat, okay, so you can use well everybody uses is it Google Chrome. I didn't even
Right.
put the link because everybody's got Google
Yeah.
Chrome. But
Yeah.
you can use Firefox, Opera, and I think you can use Microsoft Edge. That's
Yeah.
four browsers.
Probably. And is Microsoft Edge Bing? Is that what that is? Or is
You
Bing
know,
different? Not sure.
I don't even know what Bing is anymore. I mean, I've heard of it.
Yeah.
I think
For
you
some
can use like I
reason, one of
think
my
you could
pages
use
switched
web
to it.
crawler
Yeah.
or no, that's it. That's a joke. That's from
Oh.
the 80s.
Oh. Okay.
Or like
I was
Netscape
like,
or
that's new.
Navigator or Alta. Oh, Alta Vista. Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
But that's yeah. So and you yes, good point about the monitor. Go out and get yourself some giant monitors.
Yes. I
You will
have three
love it.
22
Yeah.
inches, I think, which is funny. Um, and you can do like if you wanted just a big, huge TV, but then you're gonna have to separate it like what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I think that's more confusing, but that's just me.
And I agree that the old Central Dispatch used to be more friendly in this
Mhm.
capacity. That's why I keep saying every time they make an update, I feel like it's not for the dispatcher. Not.
No, it's not because I was talking to a broker
It's not.
a couple days ago and I was helping her send me a load and she said, I heard the new Central really sucks. And I said, well, it's got
And then,
some good
and,
features and some not
and
so
here's the thing:
great.
there are many places you can hear this.
Yeah.
It's on Facebook.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
on
Because the
YouTube.
brokers don't see anything
It's at
different.
truck stops. Yeah, like
It's only us that is seeing
right. The
this difference.
brokers. Yeah. What? Yeah.
Yeah. The
Exactly.
brokers are all the same setup.
It's the same. Yeah. Because well,
Yeah.
now let's just pause the tape. What are brokers using to post loads? Because it used to be stuff like JTracker,
Right.
but that got pushed off a ledge.
I mean, I don't use
What
JTracker. I just use my regular post to load. I mean, it's
you
right.
just use Central Dispatch
Yeah. I mean,
to
you
post
just
a
go
load?
in. Let
Okay.
me show you. Yeah.
So you don't even use another software. You just use
No,
Central.
I don't. And maybe if I was posting that many, I would, but I just go on here and all of my stuff, most everybody I've ever used or
But
picked up from or delivered to is all saved on here.
is the CRM part of this beefy enough for you to manage your leads? I mean, the
I
answer
don't,
could be yes. I don't know.
I mean, I don't know. I don't have leads
Okay.
like that.
Yeah, you
So,
don't have. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
not like your
Because
typical broker.
if you are buying leads,
Hmm.
you my guess is this doesn't this the CRM aspect here isn't beefy enough to run your broker business. But
Yeah, I don't
I
know.
could be barking up the wrong tree. That'd be good to
Yeah.
know. I mean, because I don't know. Are brokers using bats? Are they
Right.
using Superflow?
Right.
Um, I think Super Dispatch has some CRM aspect to it
I
now
think so
too.
too. I mean, I know I've noticed more and more brokers are listing stuff on Super Dispatch, but my only
Mm-hmm.
complaint about that is this.
Hmm.
Um, one, they're not paying attention when we request a load. So you can request it, and an hour later, if it's not somebody like Backlots that automatically does it, or who else uses it a lot that you can always trust that you're going to get the load. Well, Backlots is the first one that started it. And so I always get you never have to worry about them. But anybody else that's listing them on there and you go request it, you might as well call because they don't see it or they don't pay attention to it. I don't know why. And maybe it's because they're just not used to looking at it that someone's requested a load, but call or text them. And the other thing I have a complaint about is we're called being super verified, right, on Super Dispatch. So if for you to become a verified carrier on Super Dispatch, you have your insurance, you have to have, your W-9, your MC. So that's how you become a super carrier. So why would we, when we request a load from somebody on Super Dispatch, still have to go in and get certs, W-9s when that's all on there? That's my bigger complaint. And I
That
know that's not
actually
Super Dispatch's
no,
fault.
but that makes no sense.
No, yeah, you're doing extra work, and that was the whole reason why we're a verified carrier because
It's going to
Super
chip away at
Dispatch,
the value of being super verified.
yeah, and
Hmm.
and what they did
I wonder
recently
what that
was
is.
if you are not a verified carrier for Super Dispatch, you cannot even get a load off of the Super Dispatch board. So obviously, if you're verified, then you should be able to just click the button, right, and get the load. But that's not happening either. Or these newer brokers that are putting the stuff on here automatically said, "Go get me a certificate of insurance. I want pictures of your truck and
Have you
trailer. I
told
want
them
a
this?
W-9." Have I told Super Dispatch this? No, not yet.
Oh, well,
I'll talk to Brittany about
yeah,
it.
you need to bring that up.
But I don't know if it's going to help them because it's not their fault. It's their brokers they're bringing in. Maybe
Well,
they're
then they
not,
need to
you know,
educate. I mean, it's
maybe they
all
do
about
need to educate them
education,
more. Yeah,
awareness,
that's
and
true. Yeah, maybe that's what they need
so,
to do is tell them, we're making these people verified so you don't have to do
yeah,
any of this legwork,
yeah.
extra legwork,
Well, it's because everyone's used to,
Well,
a sniper being around the corner, and this is auto
well, yeah,
transport. I mean,
yeah. Well,
come
I mean,
on.
it's the same thing when you go and you ask for a load on Central Dispatch. Now, here's the thing. You and I both know that you can send in stuff to Central Dispatch, but if their insurance gets shut off, do they know it? No.
No.
I've never had anybody shut off on Central Dispatch when their insurance was revoked or not paid for.
Oh yeah.
You, as a broker, I have to call around and get a cert and do what I'm supposed to do because you can't trust that.
Right.
So, but this is different. This is all verified. Now, on the other aspect of this is when a broker says, send me your W-9 and it's already sitting there on Central Dispatch. How do you do it nicely and say, well, all my documents are on Central Dispatch without pissing anybody off because you need the load? You know what I mean? So it's the same. We got two
Well,
things
yeah.
going
No,
on
you got
there.
to be. I know. You got to do this super sugar pretty please and all that stuff.
Yes, yes. And then they're like, well, until you send that to me, I'm not sending you the load. And then what if they give it to somebody else? Because that's been happening an awful
Ugh.
lot lately.
Well, and this is why it always feels like if anybody's groveling, it's the dispatcher and carrier.
Yeah,
How often do brokers have to grovel? There's
not, not well during COVID, maybe.
how often do brokers have to grovel? Yeah, other than COVID.
Only when we have the upper hand. That's the only time they
Yeah,
grovel.
there we go.
And that doesn't happen very often at all.
Let's see here. Oh, by the way, hey, Candy, thanks very much. Candy is making martinis in the super chat, and she says the new Central sucks more than before. I'm just reading. You know.
I mean, I will
Um,
give them this. There are some good things that I really do like on here.
oh, good. What is it?
Well, like I told you, like
What
being
is that
able
one
to
thing? Okay.
being able to put multiple places in there with a 100-mile radius and not you can put the state plus you can put them like if I put in Tennessee, I can also put in Memphis, Tennessee with a 100-mile radius. So I get all of it. I mean, I
Oh,
like that kind of stuff.
okay.
That
That's
that
kind
is
of like
great.
that channel search, or what do they call that? Where you're able to manipulate your search filters based on your route.
Right.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
And
that
that's what
is
we do. And
sounds
you can
pretty good.
also do now too that it's not just a 100-mile radius. You can put up to 300-mile radius around a city wherever you're at too.
Okay.
So that kind of helps you look along your route as well. And I know they have the along your route thing. I don't really like it. It didn't work for me. It's kind of confusing. It adds really
Yeah.
weird shit in there, and I
Well,
don't
you,
know why.
you get those
So
$50 cars and stuff,
yeah,
and
yeah. And I
you
delete
know,
those. I put those. I usually put a minimum of at least $300 on my page because I don't want to see all the low crap that's on there, or even just local crap that's on there.
well, I tell you, you just actually this is a great idea. Is if what do they call that? Route search?
Yeah.
Okay, something.
Yeah.
So maybe this would be a great like
Search along route.
special project route search 2.0 is to
Yeah.
have somebody work on how to make this thing like really great.
Yeah.
And then you could plug AI into it. You know AI is getting plugged into everything. Have you seen this Chat GPT?
Uh-uh.
Oh my gosh. Uh what is it called? Chat? I open hang on. Chat? Somebody's like, is Jay having a seizure live? Chat Open AI. You gotta check this out. I was asking it questions earlier today. ChatOpenAI.com. Okay. Because this is relevant news. Like everything is going AI. Vehicle inspections are going AI, which should be a good thing. But, and what, AI is just, artificial intelligence helping you actually move faster with more accuracy. That's really what AI is for. Think of it this way. Name a car manufacturing plant where there are no robots working alongside human beings. Name one. You can't. There aren't any. You will not find any car manufacturing plants where there aren't robot arms, holding the doors
Yeah.
and that's, you imagine if go ahead and ask the union how they feel if you take all those robots out that hold doors and stuff. You're gonna have you're gonna have a problem. Okay, so now that we've established what AI does and that it can be helpful, when we look at like AI being added in auto transport, here's the problem. You've got negative AI and positive AI. Now, the negative AI is that camera that's on your face while you drive, right? Oh, sorry, yeah. So, like, you don't want that. Who wants a camera? Who wants a camera on their face while they're driving and working? And do you want a camera on your face?
No.
No. What if they get dispatch face camera? It could be, that could happen. Now, I mean, they have driver face camera. How many are there? Do we have any drivers in the live chat with a camera on their face right now? All right. Why did this all happen? Anyways, I shared this AI link because the point is, route search project 2.0 is if they could add AI to the route search so that it's working better. So the load board knows what you're looking for. I guess that's what I'm getting. Sue, does the load board today know what you're looking for? Do you ever get
No.
suggestions? No. Or do you?
No, I get suggestions from different load boards. Like,
Oh, do ya?
yeah, I'll get
You get
suggestions
suggestions?
from, sometimes I get emails from ACV saying you've done this load before, this route,
Art,
that kind of thing.
Artie's
Or,
like, no, not AICD. How bad would
and
that be? Oh, God.
then
That's
I'll
funny.
get them from,
Hey, Corey, you'll get them what? Sorry.
sometimes from Rat, we get them.
Oh, yeah.
And
But don't
then
you pay for that or sign up for that?
no,
Oh,
if you have an account with Rat, yeah,
okay.
you just automatically get them. And if you've done them before in the past,
It
they'll
could be a
offer them to you
TikTok.
before than the other one.
Well, this is going to have AI is going to be inside the load board by 2030. I said it here. It's going to happen. AI is going to be in everything.
Yeah.
Like, how about this? What if you had dispatcher AI? Where you're calling about a load and you can just hit a button and the phone will finish the call for you. So you don't have to sit on the dang phone. And
That would, yeah.
right, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Instead of you sitting with 5 phones on your head and you're like,
Waiting.
hey, I'm calling about a load. I don't know which phone I'm on. Yeah, dispatcher AI. Which doesn't replace the dispatcher. It makes your job easier.
Yeah, I think the
Of course,
eventual...
by 2040, there will be a Honda dispatcher robot. And
Yes,
be,
there you go. There will be no people even driving
Alexa, find me a load. That's it. Alexa,
yeah,
find
that would
me
be
a
nice.
load.
Yeah, find me a load. That would be so much easier, wouldn't it?
Okay, then we'll have a new show. How about an in-op piece of crap picking up at 2 o'clock in Dallas?
And it's 39 cents a mile.
Book it, Alexa. No, don't cancel it, Alexa. Oh, my God. You'll be yelling at your Alexa all day about loads. Yep. Let's see here. Okay, I saw this one. I had to fuzz out all this information to try and protect the alleged innocent. This person says on Facebook, we transported a vehicle for the company below. They now don't exist on Central, and the number's disconnected. Gee, that's never happened, right?
Yeah.
We were due payment 15 days after providing invoice and BOL. Is it really this easy to disappear from Central Dispatch and wipe any responsibility?
It depends. This says agent information, so I'm not really sure. I mean, we don't know who they are, so I mean, it could be.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? If it's now, here's the rule on the way it's supposed to work with Central. If they're a broker and not paying people, they don't let you get off of there like that, because you got to be able to access, and you can contact Central if they do disappear and you ask them for the broker bond information. They have to give it to you. Now, if this is not a broker, then yeah, they could just disappear easily. If this was a dealer, or if this was an importer exporter, I mean, nobody holds anybody accountable on Central Dispatch. They used to when they first started, but if you notice, if you send an email to Central Dispatch, they'll say, we do not get in the middle of this, blah, 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 blah. But they will give you broker bond information because they have to.
All right, but other than that, that's
your host. Yeah.
You fill out a form and all and all this cool stuff. It was the dispatcher.
Yeah.
Still goody. Let's see here. This is okay. This is kind of sad, but it's relevant. Not long ago, I started a new job as a dispatcher, and since then, everyone in my office is talking about how bad the situation is because of the lack of loads and low rates. Some of my colleagues are considering leaving the position. What do you suggest? Continue to learn how to dispatch, or is it a waste of time?
Okay, so obviously
cutting to the chase.
They don't know the season, that there are seasons for transportation.
There you go.
And somebody in that office should know that if they're running a true dispatch office.
This makes you wonder what kind of office it is, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Because there is a slow season. There's actually 2 slow seasons. Every year this happens. And yeah, we're going to go through this probably until after the first of the year. And then we're going to deal with the worst part of it, which is going to be the recession. So here's the thing. This is my perspective on this. Anybody who says that they don't want to do IA and Copart anymore is going to have a problem, because guess where all the loads are going to end up coming out of here eventually? It's going to be Copart and IEA. Yeah. You're going to see a plethora of those coming through more than you are going to see dealerships here shortly. So don't take that off of your list. I know they're a pain in the ass sometimes, but keep in mind that if you want to keep yourself going and moving, you're going to have to not include those places, or however you want to put it, because you're going to have to run that route. I've had several people call us and want to sign up, and that was the first thing they're saying they don't want to do. And I'm like, you're not understanding this business, because there's certain times of the year you're going to be basically going to Copart and IA all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the rest of the time it'll be dealers and residences and stuff like that. I mean, and it is slow. It's not like it's only happening to this person. It's happening to all of us, not just dispatchers, transporters too are having the same problems. I mean, I've got two drivers sitting right now, and they're, I can't do anything with them because I'm not going
Like
to just take some crap load. You know what I
totally,
mean?
totally parked or just waiting for loads.
Well, waiting for loads for
Yeah,
me to get them moving because
yeah.
it's, we
Which is
we
what you
start
do. I
out
mean,
with loads and then shit falls through and then you have to start over from scratch. We've done that 3 times now already this morning on
right.
one of
So
them.
good
So,
tangent.
yeah.
Don't rush and put together crap.
Not unless it's
Wait.
the end of the day and you don't have a choice and you just got to move your guy, then yeah, don't do it because eventually something will pop up. But
Yeah, it's better to
like right
wait.
now, it's 1 o'clock. And if I don't get something by here in the next 2, 3 hours, I'm going to have to take whatever I can
Ugh,
to get the guy moving.
brutal.
So, yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
sucks.
what sucks. It really does.
See,
So,
and on this also on this tangent, this is where like there are some carriers that are positive that you're just trying to you're only worried about making as much money as you
no,
can.
no.
I I,
Well,
I
and
don't
I
I,
mean,
I don't
there's
understand the animosity on that.
about it. Now, there's probably some out there that do that because it's not about the mileage to them. They're just seeing how much
Well,
it
but
paid.
then don't shout at a phone
Yeah,
20 feet down a metal tunnel. Don't you understand the difference?
yeah.
My
Well,
God,
some
it's like
drivers
thinking all
do,
restaurants are
some
the same.
don't.
They're not.
I mean, I have some drivers
Get
that,
on
we
the
explain what
program.
we do, right? That
Yeah.
we're wanting to make a certain amount of miles that includes from point A to point B all along the way. But then I have drivers that are like, okay, well, that's not enough money. And I'm like, but it is. But all he's seeing is the dollar figures. And I try to explain to him, like, I could get you paid $1,000 for a vehicle, but it's going 1,000 miles. Does that make sense? No, right? But
Right. Oh, totally.
you know what I'm
Just give me the
saying?
G. Okay,
Yeah,
but it's
that's all they're
going.
seeing.
Yeah. Well, all right, but
I'm
it's
sorry, not a
going
thousand miles.
overseas.
So I
You're
was
gonna.
saying like a
Yeah.
thousand dollars for 2,000 miles is I guess what I was trying to say.
Right.
Anyways,
Gotcha.
but that's all he's seen is the $1,000. And I could give him $3,000 and him go 6,000 miles, and all he's seeing is the $3,000 and how that was a good rate, and it's not a good rate.
Well,
But
what's
that's all he's seeing
interesting.
is the money.
How about the driver that? All right. I mean, this is going to sound negative, but I don't want it to sound negative, but I don't know how else to couch it. Jeez. Uh, the driver. You're a dispatcher. You're working
Hmm.
with a driver, owner
Yeah.
operator,
Yep.
and he sees these $1,000 bills spread out through the country and wants to
Hmm.
try to connect them. So he's going to drive he's going to deadhead like 200 miles at a time to find another $1,000 load. And it gets so crazy logistics wise, it's not worth it.
No.
Have you had
I
a
I
carrier like that?
I've had carriers
It's
do
wild.
that, especially when
Like,
it's
whoa,
the
dude,
bigger
you're
car
driving
haulers.
all over the place.
Yeah.
I
And see,
mean,
I don't do
can't
it
be
that
worth it.
way.
This can't be worth it. Yeah,
I
and
mean,
it's
there's a
that.
way to do it if you're doing it right. But here's my problem
Yeah.
when you're spread out like that is okay, so say you get to your first one and then the next one is 300 miles away. You're probably not going to make that in the same day. So then you've lost that whole day.
Well, exactly. And now what I really think this is a warning sign. If you're a dispatcher and you've got a driver that really thinks they have to take over the loads being booked and just
Yeah. Tell you what to get.
mandate what to
Yeah.
book,
Yeah.
this is a sign that you're near the end. You're possibly near the end of this relationship.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I don't mean that in any mean way. It's just a fact.
Yeah.
Because a dispatcher carrier relationship that's working,
Hmm.
they understand the dispatcher's the one staring at the loads all day.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I don't care. They can go look all they
I know.
want. But like we had one of them do that today and
Jeez,
and
Jay.
and like Jen told him she goes, "Okay, well that one's not ready till January 17th. That one's not ready till 12/31." Well, I didn't look at that. Well, that's why we do what we do. And that's why you drive.
And okay, Daryl, this is okay. So here's the other side of the coin. Thank you, Daryl. Is that if your dispatcher doesn't listen
Yeah.
to your standards,
Right.
it's also another
problem.
clue that
Right.
you're near the end of
Right.
that relationship. Where's Messi?
But
Uh,
here's the other thing with that, though.
yeah,
You can follow their rules all you want, but sometimes when they end up sitting because you can't follow the rules,
correct. And
then there's
this,
a problem too because they're I've had several of them over the years. It's your fault that
oh
there's no
yeah,
loads on
oh
the
well,
board. You know what I mean?
if
Like,
there's a
yeah, we
lot of
can't, we're
finger
not
pointing,
psychic.
that's
Yeah.
another
Yes. There you go.
signal.
Yeah.
And this is where if the dispatcher has to break the driver's rules, let's say,
I would ask before
okay,
I even did it.
exactly,
Yeah.
Daryl, I'm going to look for a load that's paying 90 cents a mile. I really think we should consider it. I'm going to
Yeah.
call you.
Yeah.
If I can't reach you for hours, that's
Yeah.
another signal
Yep.
that we got a potential problem. Because I had a driver like that. He had all
Yep.
these things he required. I could never get him on the phone.
Right. Right. Or I've had them where they want us to okay the load, even if it's at where we're supposed to be. They want us
Right.
to okay the load before we take the load. Well, you can't do that either because by that time the load's gone.
No. Exactly.
If it's
That's
a good
another.
load, you
That's
grab that
right.
shit and go.
This is part of the deal. You got
Yeah.
it. I mean, we both have to trust each other a little
Yeah.
bit here.
Yeah.
Or
I had
what are
one
we
call
doing?
us up a couple weeks ago or a month ago, and they're like, "Well, why do you need my central dispatch information?" Well, if you don't even trust me to have your central
Right.
dispatch information,
Then we,
this is
yeah.
going nowhere.
Yeah. I
So,
mean, it's not like I'm working at a phone kiosk in a mall and booking loads.
you're right.
Yeah.
Right.
So, yeah, we're going to have to. Oh, we got
Moving
Larry
on.
coming up. We got Larry coming up. Hey,
Okay.
you know, we never searched for Elena's
Oh
load.
yeah. Yeah, yeah,
Let's
yeah.
do
She
that.
was looking out of Raleigh, wasn't she?
Yeah, she was doing Raleigh, picking up
To anywhere.
Monday. I didn't get. Yeah, I don't
Let
know.
me
I didn't get the
see.
route. What's the route again, Elena? We're gonna look for your load.
Let's see. Just Raleigh anywhere that pays, she said. Okay.
Okay,
Let me pull
Raleigh
that
anywhere
up.
that pays. Nice. Which I call a true route scout. We're on a gold bar route scout, which is really the best kind of route scout. It's actually, but at the same time, it can be hard. When you're a new dispatcher and you're on a gold bar route scout, it can be intimidating because you don't know where to look. You don't know what to do.
Yep.
Best way, and she says anywhere, best way to approach this is, okay, let's go with where have you gone before and made good money, right?
There
Think of
you
it,
go.
right? Think of it like a gold prospector or an oil prospector. Where have you made money before?
And
Um,
that's the thing too.
and I don't see your screen yet, but
Oh, sorry.
no, you're
Forgot to
good.
do that. Let me go
All right,
do
cool.
that. All right. So part of the trick, obviously, like you're talking about, is knowing where to send your driver if they live in a certain area. And like she usually runs out of Raleigh, so to either Tennessee, Detroit, Ohio, Kentucky, sometimes Alabama, and that's kind of her route out of there for him because I know Elena, so and I've helped her look for loads out for this guy out of there. So we're gonna look out of here. I know Raleigh's been really tight lately, and it's usually not, which is kind of crazy because usually she can get him loaded before any of her other drivers, but it's not been that great lately. I put up Raleigh to all with a 100-mile radius, and I also put with $300. So we're gonna see all of these on here. It's 196 loads. That's it. Oh, by the way, let's discuss
Mhm.
real quick. There was 27,000 and change on the board. The last time we were on, there was 29,000.
Oh, okay.
So we haven't slipped that much, but it's not still not good. So let's go through this.
Okay, thank you.
Now, I don't do California, any of this stuff, so we're just gonna kind of go through this. Here's one
Yeah, no.
going.
Choose a coast, I like to
Yeah.
say.
There's one to Memphis right there, but it's in Kernersville. But she go through that. Like this 88, 3.8 miles is west of Raleigh. Like if he was going to Memphis, he'd go right through there to go that way. And that's $1.08 a mile.
Mm-hmm.
But it's Roadrunner. So you don't know if it's good or not.
Uh-oh.
They'll usually do the play the game of, well, if it's good, I'll send it over to you. If not, you won't get it.
That sounds like a fun game.
Yeah.
No.
So there's always certain brokers on here you got to watch for. Um, I know all the stuff for Ready mainly out of Raleigh is at repo yards, and this guy doesn't have a
Right.
winch, so even if it was good, we can't take it.
Mm-hmm.
There's another one, but that's an in-op. We should one day have a discussion on to winch or not to winch.
Ooh. I like it.
Let's see. Burlington could be the co-part of the IA over there, but I doubt it. Like I said, Lena and me have figured out most of the stuff that Rat is posting out of Raleigh has been at repo yards on a regular basis lately. All right. There's another one.
So now look at that Walker Town, just to look at it.
I think it's the same load.
Oh, you think so?
16872. Let's see. No, they got different load IDs.
Of course, you had to do the clickety-click. Thanks, Central.
Yeah,
God,
this part, I hate this part.
Yeah,
really do.
That really does suck. I mean, why?
Here's my thing: is I gotta remember what the order ID is, okay? So I can go back here and look and see if it's the same order ID.
Yeah, and I mean, how much new information did you really get? Not that much.
No.
Why did we have to click it? What are we looking for? Order ID?
Yeah, well, yeah, because I wanted to see if they were the same cars.
You can't fit the order ID in all that white space?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That and
oh my gosh. I'm sorry. I'm about to say something really dumb here.
Like if you have a 7, 8, 10 car carrier and you want to look at packs, you have to remember what that pack was to go to the next pack to remember what those cars were, because you can't have them all open at the same time. I think that's stupid too.
That is stupid. There's not enough room on the server for that?
I don't know. There's a good one from Clayton to Nashville for $450.
That definitely goes on the winter loads that blow list.
Yeah.
What is that? Okay. Too much clickety-click. Number 4.
There is definitely too much clickety-click.
I mean, that is. And you know what's really sad? I've been saying clickety-click. How long have I been saying this? What, since February?
Yeah.
And it's still true?
It's still true.
Jay's stupid
insults
that's not the only reason still true?
Why you have to clickety-click too. So, for example, this may not be the number they want you to call. So you have to click it and look and see if that's the right number. Look, like they put it down here. This is the number they want you to call to get the load. But it's not always this number.
Oh, I hope the shareholders are just rolling in money at how great this looks to them.
That, and then look, where the order ID information is, that's what I always put on there.
That the shareholders are rolling in money over this, because I don't know who else is excited about all this clickety-click. Yeah. So ridiculous. If Amazon made its consumers do all this crap, there would be TikToks everywhere.
Yeah.
But I know, just skip that portion of the show. La, 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 la. I didn't hear it. I know. I'm with you. Do what you want. This is auto transport. You can do whatever you want.
Well,
you guys aren't the customers.
Only seen one going to Tennessee that I liked. And they probably won't give it to her today.
Somebody in the upper part of the building's like, man, that's a childish show.
Oh, by the way.
What are they, children?
Going to Colorado,
why don't they just book the loads and get on with their lives?
We found out the other day for straps in Colorado, you have to have the chain law.
Okay, yeah.
So we always were told it was, from I think it's like April or some shit to whatever. But it's only past Denver that you have to have that during that time of the year. So if you're going through the mountains, that's when they require it. Danny found that out because we took a load to Denver or Fort Collins the other day, and he found it online that you do not have to have those chains unless you're going past, it's a certain highway, but it's past Denver going through the mountains.
Well, here's what I'm gonna say. They got to start the law somewhere. So I guess Denver's as good of a place as any. Let's give applause. By the way, Travis says, Vance says, make sure to hold a spot while you hold your breath, waiting for that rudder load. That is hilarious.
Yep. Don't ever base your load on one of theirs or mine. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
not until you have it in hand and verified.
We're gonna make a fistload of money. We got these great road. Oh, Oh, they're Roadrunner loads. Yeah, dang it.
Yeah. And a Roadrunner and
But
AM3 go hand in hand together. They're the
is
same
that the
company.
same company as
Same company.
when I watch YouTube and it like
Yep.
every third ad is bow, 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 Roadrunner, blah blah. I don't know. Is that the same company?
But yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. And don't get me wrong, if you get a Roadrunner load, they're usually pretty good, except for when they do the crap with, well, I have another driver that's going to do it for $50 less. Can you take it for $50 less? They do that a lot, which
Oh
is one of
no!
my
Wait a
pet
minute. Are you?
peeves.
Wait a minute. Rewind the tape. Did you just say they're also one of those
I mean,
companies that asks you if you can do it for $50 less?
yep, because they've got another driver on the line and they'll do it for $50 less.
That's just
Yep.
like standard protocol.
Well, no, it's not every time. That's the
Oh,
weird part. I don't know. I don't know what the rhyme or reason is between what
but
ones
they
they
literally
do
have a
and ones they
guy. Oh,
don't.
well, okay, so
Yeah.
okay. It's a decent load, just posted, and they're saying, yeah,
Yeah.
I got a hey, I got another driver on the line,
Yeah.
and he'll do it for $50 less. I mean, I haven't
Yeah.
talked to him yet, but I can just click over and cram
Yeah.
it down his throat.
Yeah.
You
Pretty
want to do it for
much. Yeah.
$75 less?
Yeah. They do that all the time.
But oh no, I'm sorry. A guy across the hall said he'd do it for $100 less. We do it for $125
Okay.
less, and throw in yeah, we drink Bud Light.
330?
Yeah,
Okay.
I drink Bud Light. And my
Still looking.
what do you want? Oh, Potosi. Okay, yeah, we're gonna need a case of Potosi, case of Bud Light, $125 less. And you're gonna have to. We're gonna put exactly on the pickup and exactly on the delivery. Yeah, and we're gonna call you a lot. Oh, and I think the emergency brake might get broken before you get there. Still want it? How was that?
Carlos
Was
said
that
that
was that close?
Walkertown is the rail
That's
yard.
close.
Carlos said Walkertown is the rail yard over there. What do you mean by how did Montway get it? I don't know what he means by that.
Well, I think he means this is. I like it though because he's asking, why is that car being shipped? So if M Company got that vehicle out of Walkertown and it's a rail yard, he could be asking, how did M Company get the contract for that vehicle if it's a new vehicle at a rail head? I think that's what
Monway has a lot of contracts.
it's the
I mean, they really do.
Now there is your answer. My goodness.
I hate to say that, but they do.
Well, we learn at these trade shows. You know what? Newsflash, nobody has any idea the depth of contracts all of the companies
Exactly.
are now working. I mean, it's wild.
Yeah.
A lot of things have changed since COVID. Like, OEMs are not as strict as they were. Everybody needs a sub hauler. No, the whole industry's up for grabs.
Yeah.
Even clickety-click.
Elena, I'm not seeing a load yet.
Nothing.
Here.
So you don't have any recommendations yet.
I mean, there's
Wow.
that one going to Nashville is paying beautiful, but the problem with it is it's at Copart or IA, and they're not going to let her have it for Monday. I know that. There's just like one here. This is what we're having a problem too. There's just one here, one there, and it's not all going in the same direction, or it doesn't make sense money wise. Like there was one in St. Louis paying well, and then you have this one for JMN that is not paying well.
So
and it's way down south.
All right, Carlos, does United Road, Hanson and Adkins, and Virginia still have that yard? They probably do. One of the things I've heard a lot of is that nobody wants to have only one contract.
Yep.
Everybody's
true.
diversifying now.
Because there's the rail yard in Vance for the Mercedes-Benz place, right? So United Road has one there, but I've also hauled for RPM out of there too.
Oh, yeah. See, and there you go. If you list the companies, right? RPM, Assertus, Montway, United Road, Hanson Adkins, Virginia, Cassins. Jack Cooper's kind of a different mix, but there's a lot of companies that are vying for this business. There's even brokers that you haven't considered vying for this business. I'll bet you Ship Your Car Now is talking to them. Yeah. There's a lot happening. It's pretty
Couple
wild.
going
Which
into
is why it's
Indianapolis.
good to keep up a great relationship with as many companies as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, true. I mean, you need to be signed up with everybody you can be signed up with,
Yeah.
just so you have your options and you can go to their load boards too. And
Yeah.
because I mean, their rules
Exactly.
are a lot of the times is they list them on their board before they end up on Central. So always keep that in mind. That's the same for Cars Arrive, Rat, United Road. Um, who else am I thinking of? RPM doesn't have a load board yet. ACV.
Really? I thought they
They
didn't
keep
we
saying
talk
they're going to, yes, and I signed up for it, but and I asked them the other day again. I'm
weird.
like, so when do we get to use the load board?
I'm surprised they
And
don't have
they're saying
something.
they don't have it set up yet. And I think I, there's a problem there. Okay, so I don't know if everybody knows this. They've got a couple rail yards that they work for. Okay, there's one out of Smyrna is one of their big ones. But when you request a load from them, you have to send pictures. You have to be pre-approved for the load, even if you're signed up with RPM.
Oh,
They make you go through a whole process
uh,
before you actually get that load. So I'm not sure if that's the reason why they haven't finished the RPM load board because they don't want people just going in there and just picking it like you do for rat. But isn't that the whole point of it? I mean, you know what I mean? You shouldn't have
well,
them
you
be
know,
part of your system if you can't trust the driver or the company that's
this is
wanting to haul
where
the load.
Ty and I have identified uh, that most of the auto transport businesses, whether carrier, whether broker, whether broker carrier, whether
Mhm.
owner operator, well, owner operator doesn't count, but any fleet larger than 10 to 50 trucks
Yeah.
has lost track of its subhaulers. And that's why every time you go to book a load, whether you're super verified or not, you got to go
Right.
through the whole thing again.
You're right.
There's this problem. There's a gap.
Yeah.
In fact, this is a great place for some AI. Oh.
Well, yeah, that I agree because the other problem with RPM is it's really hard for them to get them to answer the phone. I mean, like it's
Right.
sometimes virtually impossible. And you
Yeah.
can, and we have our own contacts, and we will text them too, and they sometimes don't answer that either. So I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Oh. Hey, so are we seeing anything for Elena?
I saw a couple going to Indianapolis. I was gonna. So the good part, like I
I
said,
like
this is one of the reason
Indianapolis.
why I like this new part, is I can just go in here and be on the same page I'm in, take it to Indianapolis, see what's on here. Now, this is the thing I hate is changing it every time to a 100-mile radius.
Oh.
That is another click that doesn't need to be there. Anyways, well, there's only two.
All right. So I think that's number 5. Default.
Should be
What's
100.
default?
Yeah.
Default radius, right?
Yeah. I would think almost everybody would agree with us on the 100-mile radius
Yeah,
because
I totally agree with you on that.
I mean, if you're
Yeah.
lucky, they're all within 25 miles, but
Exactly.
more than likely, it ain't gonna happen.
Yeah, no, yeah, totally. Well, and I'm so glad because it points to the fact again that
Yeah.
whoever's in charge of all the design
Yeah.
doesn't work in auto transport.
No. No. I mean, we know they're not, and I wish they had taken more people and interview isn't the right word, but talk to them like they did me and ask for suggestions, help, that kind of thing. Because I think if they'd had more people that actually physically do this to help them with this load board, it would have been different too.
So I just want to say daily emails of spreadsheets.
That sucks. I don't even look at them. I'll be honest.
It's awful. It's
It's awful. Yeah.
No, it is awful. There's still a company, Blank Logistics. I still get their emails, and I mean,
Yeah, I get them all day long.
it's handy for shooting baskets because
Yeah.
I mean
I don't have time to look through
no
100, 200 loads
and
when they're not even alphabetized usually.
They
They're
don't-
just all over the place.
and so here's a place for some AI. What if your spreadsheet knew my route? Huh?
Right.
Right?
Right. Elena, I don't know if I'm going to do you any good here.
If I was an auto transport business software developer, I would watch this show nonstop. Do you know how much gold there is in some of the crap we talk about here?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But you know, Jay.
Yeah, there's nothing on here for Nashville either right now. Check my
Oh, here we go. And default ready to ship should be 1 day. I agree with that too.
Yeah, I agree. And
Because
we're still, I don't know if anybody else is having this problem. We're still like Jen will have load on her page, I don't have it on my page. And
oh brother.
Janice will have a load on her page, I don't have it on my page, and vice versa. It's still happening every single day. Mm. Okay. Well, Elena, I don't really see anything on here
But
yet.
not to mention, even if you find something great,
Mm,
what's going to happen when you tell them you want to pick it up Monday?
yeah.
Monday?
Yeah.
Oh my God!
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think
I
there's
don't think you can.
no, and here's the thing, a lot of the especially new transporters or
Especially
just starting with us
look
do
at the
not
calendar.
understand that they won't let us book that far out in advance.
No. It seems crazy.
Yeah.
This is where, see, again, on the get rich quick videos out there,
Yeah.
and I don't know if it's freight or I don't know what it is,
Yeah.
but I don't think anybody talks about how soon you have to pick up a load
Yeah.
if you're trying to book something good.
Yeah. They want it then.
Oh,
That's the reason why they're paying as much as they're paying.
because
And
they've already
they're
got
not
all
going to
their
wait.
Christmas gifts
Yeah.
the same day.
Yeah.
Where's my car?
Yeah.
What
So
do you mean?
unless
What do you mean he's
unless
picking
that
up
date is
Monday?
out there for the
Get
date
out
that
of
you're
here.
wanting, they're not going to let you have it.
Let me
I
call my
mean, it
customer.
just doesn't happen
The
anymore.
customer's like,
Yeah.
"What
No,
are
I
you
want it
stupid?
today.
I'm going with."
Yeah.
You know what? Cancel my load. How
Yeah.
about that? Go ahead and
Yeah.
cancel my load. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if I called one of my customers and said, "Okay, I've got a guy that wants to pick up 3 days from now and wants to pick up today," yeah, of course he's going to say, "I want it picked up today. I want my brand new Mercedes tomorrow." Of course, that's just the way it's going to be.
Right. Hey, this is your broker. Yeah, hi. Yeah. Okay. So I got a transporter, and they want to pick it up on Monday. Hello.
True. I wish we could book out in advance. It'd make our lives so much easier if we could do that. There ain't enough loads on there for us to book in advance.
Exactly. But they're probably sitting around the office laughing. He wants to pick it up Monday. Oh my God, that's so funny.
Oh shit.
We got Larry coming up in a minute,
Okay.
but we have to have a recommendation here before we can do that.
I told her I don't really have, and Lena said thank you, Sue, because I really don't have anything.
We don't have a
There's 2 to Indianapolis. That was about it right now.
Go to commercial. I mean, come on, killing me. All right, let's do this. I'll tell you what. Let's do that. Let's go to commercial, and right after this, we're going to go into Ask Larry. We'll be right back. Sue is here with us, so if you've got a question, we're live. We're on Dispatching Live. Thanks for joining us. We're in the final segment of Are You a Car Shipping Guru? Play Ask Larry, powered by ATI and Superflow Systems. By the way, Daryl says Cassins doesn't have a subcontractor. Interesting. Are they union? And Global X was posted April 7th. pretty funny. All right, here we go. Fingers on the buzzers. Now this is from Tuesday night's show with McCollister's Transportation Group. So we're going to learn a little bit about McCollister's Transportation Group. Here we go. Question 1. How many enclosed auto transport trucks does McCollister's own in their fleet? 10, 25, 50, or 100?
I'm going to go with 10. I don't know, but I'm going to go with 10.
Well, I think it's a pretty good guess because
If you had more than that, that'd be scary.
Well, and if you're an auto transport fleet, what percentage of your trucks are enclosed?
Are enclosed, yeah.
Right? It's going to be a small percentage.
I would think so.
There's not many transportation businesses nationwide that have a lot of trucks. You could probably, okay, here, when you think of enclosed auto transport, do you have a company in mind? Okay.
No.
Well, perfect. You should think of McCollister's Auto Transport because they just bought, they acquired Horseless Carriage this year. Horseless Carriage was one of the largest enclosed auto transport businesses nationwide. McCollister's acquired them. And, it's a big deal. So check this out. The answer is... 100.
Wow. Carlos, you got it because you watched the show.
Hey, Carlos. That'll work.
That's crazy. That's a lot of enclosed trailers.
I know it is.
Like all the trucks in the whole United States.
That's a lot of enclosed. Yeah,
really. That's a lot.
It is a lot. It really is. So McCollister's is bigger than we realized, and there's the theme behind question 1. And thanks for all the guesses and the participation. Question 2. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2017 Toyota Camry from La Porta, Indiana to Bakersfield, California? Is it $505, $855, $1120, or $1470? Now, La Porte, is that southwest of Indianapolis? Something like that? I think it's near Indianapolis. Bakersfield, I know, is... someone's going to say... You know what's going to happen. Someone's going to say, oh, you just swing on by Bakersfield from LA.
Yeah, that's what they always say, right?
Yeah, you don't... No.
Oh, God.
You don't swing on by Bakersfield from LA.
La Porte is more up by Michigan.
Oh, it's north.
It's 160 miles north.
Okay.
So, man, you got to be in the 1400 range for that.
Yeah, I agree. Vance says 1120. Carlos and Artie got 1470. All right, what are you picking?
I'm gonna say 1470. I don't know if that's right.
Based on current volume and rates, right?
If that comes up as that, I don't believe it. It's on the load board.
Right, exactly.
More like 855.
Oh, we got it. We got 1470. And it's a Camry.
Yeah. I don't see rates like that on there.
Will you do it for $125 less and send me a case of Bud Light?
Will you do it for $505? Says to refax the document, Jen.
Yeah, Jen. Question 3.
McCollister's
works with blue chip carriers, which is not a quality required of a blue chip carrier. Being open and honest about issues and delays, having at least 10 trucks in your fleet, being as accurate as possible with inspections, or maintaining great communication during transportation. Which is not a quality required of a blue chip carrier. Remember on Trivial Pursuit, this one's for your pie. Or whatever. Oh, Vance. Vance just threw a tomato.
Curtis would post that for fun. Man.
Whoa!
I would say having at least 10 trucks in your fleet, but I don't know.
That's it. Yeah. Because everything else is required. Open and honest, accurate, great communication. So they're blue chip carriers, and McCollister's is looking for more blue chip carriers. Are you a blue chip carrier? McCollister's wants to hear from you. I've got the main link to the company, but I know there is a carrier sign up link, and
And they also put their loads on Super Dispatch so that you can request them there too.
That's right. And so Super Dispatch was on the show Tuesday night with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, and that's another thing. McCollister says you don't need another app when you work with us. Just keep using Super Dispatch. Which is, I don't know. Let's say let's say you don't use Super Dispatch. What app do you think you'd be choosing as your app?
I don't know. That's the only one I use. So
I know. Well, how about anybody in the live chat? What's your favorite app that you?
I'm just happy if they use an app.
Oh man.
I mean, there's still people out there either not using a paper BOL at all or using a paper BOL.
I was talking to I think it was a fleet management company at the trade show, and they were talking about paper, and I was like, what? You definitely, yeah. I was like, there shouldn't be any transporters left.
No.
That refuse to use an app. I mean, I'm sure there are.
But there are, yeah. All the time. It's crazy.
When I said AI earlier, they left. They went to go,
Go print out.
I'm going to go watch something else. I don't know what he's talking about.
They're all right. At the print shop. That's where they're at.
Question 4. What is the most appropriate carrier pay amount to ship a 2012 Dodge Journey from Reston, Virginia to Roy, Utah, 1125, 4055, 1705, 2005? Oh, and we got Super Dispatch props in the live chat with the same thing Tuesday night. What is the most appropriate carrier? 2012 Dodge Journey, which means the shipping cost is half the value of the vehicle. That's a long way.
It is. It's not all the way, but
it's
a long pretty way, damn close.
Most of it, yeah. What is that? 80% of the country drive?
Yeah, probably. I'm gonna guess and say it's at least 2,000 miles. I don't think you're gonna get $2,005. So maybe 1,705. That's the problem,
right? Exactly. Yeah. I don't think you'll get 2,005 either.
I think it's probably. I hate to say this. Honestly, it's probably on the board for 1,125, but that's just me.
See, you could be right. Here we go. Oh, it's 1,455.
Well, it's better than I thought.
That's still.
I still don't know if I believe it.
It's not a moneymaker.
No.
Nobody's making money on this.
No, it is exactly. The mileage on that is 2,070 miles is what it is.
Yeah, and that's
what that is.
What are you going to put with it?
Well, I mean, it depends on what you are. I mean, and if there's more loads on there. Because Roy, Utah, is that like Salt Lake City, I want to say? And who wants to drive through that right now, right? Because it's that time of the year. It's winter time.
There's a Dodge Journey paying.
So Roy is about 35 miles north of Salt Lake.
Oh,
so it's up by Ogden.
Okay.
Basically. So yeah, and you're dealing with weather and stuff like that. So yeah, you'd have to be. You're probably anywhere from a 8 to a 10 car if you're hauling that kind of stuff.
Right. Across. Well, and that's where
I mean, a 3 car.
Honestly, it seems to me like it's the 8 to 10 car that's always the default imagined carrier.
Yep.
Like this is why cheap car shipping is gonna work for me.
Yeah.
Because there are guys just driving around out there.
Yep.
Dying to haul my cheap 2012 Dodge Journey.
Yep. And if it makes it there, it makes it there.
That sounds like a YouTube video. All right, here we go. Question 5. Which of the following is true about McCollister's Auto Vista portal? It requires an app to download, $20 a month. You can quote, book, and track orders in real time, or carrier partners must use Auto Vista. Which one is true?
I thought they could use Super Dispatch, so I'm not sure.
I know. It's a weird question. It's actually a strange question. But
I'm going to go with carrier partners must use the Auto Vista portal. I don't really know.
All right, so let's go through it. That's good. I mean, thank you. Anybody else want to guess? I would never recommend a 3-car duo run like that. 5-car plus. Well, true.
Yeah.
This is
5
why
cars pushing it, I think.
Ty's always like, stay local.
Yeah.
Okay, here it is. The answer is C. C is the
You
answer.
can quote, book, and...
You can quote, book, and track orders in real time.
Okay.
What they want you to know is you don't have to download an app. You don't
Right.
have to use the portal. And I guess I don't know, is it free? I'm not sure. But
Must be free if it's not $20 a month, I guess. Well, maybe
yeah,
not.
so I don't actually have the answer to that, but and if you can quote, book, and track orders in real time, sounds like a quoter, a load board, and more. TMS all in one. So still learning more about, and this is what I like about questions like this, is that there's now a lot of software out there. Does everybody know what all that software does? Like, what's the difference between Run Buggy and Holly and Auto Sled and Super Dispatch and Superflow Systems and Car Shipio and Auto Vista Portal?
Yeah.
I think in general, most people have no idea which one does what.
Right.
And so one of my goals is to try to help sort all that out. And frankly, I'm still researching too. It's the end of 2022 and I'm still researching. I thought I would have more answers by now.
Well, here's the thing, like, all the big companies having their own apps is driving the drivers crazy, I can tell you that. And then when, like, for example, John was hauling for Proficient the other day, and they used the Magnus app, or wasn't the Magnus app? Are they Magnus app too? Okay, but so does United Road.
Magnus. I had this conversation at the trade show. Can I get more information on Magnus?
Yeah. Well, and I had to explain to John that
don't have
just because you go into Magnus, you have to go into each specific place. So you may be in Magnus app for United Road, but that's not the Magnus app for Proficient. So you have to click in and out, same app, but you have to click in and out with their user IDs. So to me, I don't understand why everybody has to have different apps. Honestly, I just don't get it. I know they want it because it's their specific one, but it's a real pain in the butt when these drivers have to go in and out to do this stuff for them, instead of just being able to use just one singular app, Super Dispatch or whatever.
And so I think one of the things we're seeing is, I think we're going to see more in 2023 of
apps.
Allowance of a driver to use the app they want.
Oh, okay. Well, that would be nice.
I think. I hope.
I hope so, but I don't think so. I think the problem with it is that each of these brokers think they're better than the other one, and their app is better than theirs, and yada yada yada, and all of them pretty much suck. Like, he was using the Magnus app and it wouldn't let him take pictures, and he's like, "What am I supposed to do?" I said, "Use Super Dispatch too." So he had to use both of them because it wouldn't let him do what he was supposed to do.
You've got to be kidding. The Magnus app wouldn't let him do.
No.
That can't be right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could have been a user thing. I don't know. With John.
Yeah.
It was John.
Oh, it was John. Oh,
I love John, but apps are
John.
not his forte.
He was so busy taking photos of beignets and Fred.
Yep, every day.
I just want to say, be sure to join. We're about to end the show. Be sure to join us tomorrow on Cars on the Move. We have another special. We have Winter Shipping Toolbox with Michelle Hutchinson from Ship Your Car Now.
Okay.
More and more Cars on the Moves are featuring people from other companies. It's one of the things that happened this year. I wanted it to happen. For the longest time, it was me and Ty just staring at each other.
Yeah.
Which was cool. Party of one. But we now have added more and more, and we're I don't know. Yeah, so tune in for Cars on the Move. Tuesday night show was McAllister's Delivers Cars Tech and Analytics. If you missed it, check that out. I'm actually going to put the link. That would be, if you don't know if it's either, if you're either going to watch Harry and Meghan on Netflix next or more ATI, there's the link. Okay. And what else we got here? Oh, Seaport Services Tuesday night. I don't have confirmation yet, but I know Ty will be on the show.
Did
I
he
think
grow out his beard just for that?
No. But he does look.
His beard was not that. I think the last time I saw him, he didn't even have
funny.
one.
I just bought some more like Gorton's beer battered fish sticks. I think it's Ty. Ty is selling fish sticks at the port. And he's going to be talking about compliance, storage, and delivery Tuesday night, because one of the things that he enjoyed learning more about this week, he's been down there all week, is it's just crazy complicated. And Candy's there is to help businesses survive the port. Send in your emails, whatever you got. Send in the news to autotransportintel@gmail.com. And also, you can call or text Ty. Hair club for men. It's awesome.
It must be a winter thing. Because I swear last time we talked, he didn't have a beard. Was that a guy thing? Is that a guy thing for in the winter?
Yeah, no, he didn't have it at used car week, I don't think.
Oh.
Probably when he started growing it after used car week. If you see this, it's the podcast. Get the podcast. It's ATI Auto Business. Again, I put Ty's number in the live chat. Please call him or text him. It's the Car Shipping Business channel. And thank you so much for joining us today, man. This was, and I was telling Sue before we went live is that, so no show next Thursday?
Yeah, that's what you said. Yep.
Right? Okay. And I'm looking at the 22nd. Yeah, we'll just, we'll skip it next. Yeah. No show. Okay. That's definitive now. It was a question 30 seconds ago. It was a question. Now it's definitive. No show next Thursday, but maybe the last Thursday, which is the 29th. We'll say maybe.
Okay.
If we don't do the 29th, we will definitely be back on Thursday the 5th. That works for you?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
That work for you guys? Huh? We know everybody's getting ready for the holidays. What, you have any holiday, I don't know, anything
Plans?
to share? Yeah,
No,
I don't know.
not really. Not going nowhere, doing anything. I'd like to, but
yeah, I'm
not going to be able to.
That's me. That's me. Yeah, I'm really not doing anything special. Have you had the shopping go? Are you behind or what's going on?
I am not doing a whole lot of it this year.
Yeah.
I decided I wasn't doing what I've always done. I'm just kind of getting just a few things and not even putting up a tree.
Wow.
Which is not me, because my house is decked out outside completely, but I've been sick. My mother-in-law had that stroke, and I just ain't feeling it this year. It's been a rough year.
Gotcha, right. Yeah, right. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hope things are going okay.
Yeah, as good as they're going to get, I think.
Yeah, no, it's tough. It is very... Yeah, life is... man, life is tough.
Yeah.
Do you think, speaking of... looking ahead at 2023, I don't know. Is everybody kind of... I don't know.
Everybody keeps asking me that, too, and I just keep
everybody's
saying,
asking each
I'm
other.
hoping, crossing my fingers, that it all goes back like the mid-January, 1st of February, so we're quit struggling, but there's no guarantees with that.
Did you know that... Okay, so reading... Here's what I think I'm reading. I think I'm reading that it's not going to be as bad as we thought, but everybody should still be a little prepared. Now, that's in general. If we're talking auto transport, automotive businesses, I don't think are really predicting a recession. But they're also, people are tightening up their marketing budgets.
Yeah.
Okay, I know that.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot happening in automotive. So automotive doesn't reflect all industries directly. But see, neither does auto transport is a weird vertical in automotive. I
Mm-hmm.
still believe the best thing you can do is if you're not hauling something, try to be learning something. Because one of the things I did this week was I was learning more about auctions and auction technologies, and I mean there's a lot of things happening there. Here's one for you. Traditional auto auctions. This will explain some changes in transportation volume. Is that traditional auto auctions are experiencing real lack of sales compared to previously.
Mm-hmm.
Even after COVID, and I say it that way because for me, COVID's pretty much over. Would you say? I don't know.
Yeah.
I still see people wearing their masks. I don't live in a metropolis like New York City or Los Angeles, or I don't know if Chicago still does a lot of masking.
Yeah.
Um,
Not a lot down here.
but I see the occasional mask and I'm reminded
Yeah.
of COVID.
Yeah.
Um, but anyways, having said that, even so, COVID had a real effect on auto auctions. But
Yeah.
whether COVID is still here or over, or whatever it is, uh, digital auto auctions are here to stay. Simulcast was already happening, so
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
traditional auto auction with an internet component where physical buyers and digital buyers could buy at the same time. Simulcast. But digital auction where there isn't even a physical place to go and bid has grown and it's not going away. So companies like ACV and Backlot Cars are here to stay and
Yep.
just getting stronger.
Yeah.
So the way that affects a transporter is keep paying attention to all the different new ways that people are moving their vehicles and why.
Yeah.
And I will say there is a trend in dealers and auctions to utilize more uh, less than full load carriers, like a 3 or a 4 or a 5 car trailer.
Yeah.
Dealers don't think about filling up a 9 car trailer the way they used to.
Right.
Now, an OEM does, and this is why on Facebook, company drivers that drive Stingers and have been doing it 25 years have a heck of a lot different perspective on the world than a 3 or 4 car that's been doing it for 5 years.
Yeah.
Totally different businesses.
Yep.
So, anyways, pay attention and learn and read and share and email me and call Ty if you think that there's something you want to, an adjustment. Baseball players make adjustments. Tom Brady makes adjustments. So everybody make adjustments in your business, and yeah, hold on tight. I think we're gonna get through Q1, Q2. Okay, I think the loads will come back. We just got to get through all the clickety click and the craziness. So Sue,
Yeah.
hopefully you have a great meeting today.
Yeah.
Keep us posted.
Yeah.
We'll find out more about your meeting on
The following week.
yeah
Or, well, the week. 2 weeks.
the following week. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks for sticking around for my speech, everybody. I really do appreciate it. My name is Jay. My co-host is Sue. This is Dispatching Live. Thanks again for another great show. What do we say, office?
What do we say, Elvis? Goodbye, Sue.
Goodbye, Sue. Goodbye, everybody. Thank
All
you
right,
so
see you
much.
guys.
And we'll see you next time. Take care.